Hey chess lovers, welcome to the chess door. This is Shubham and today we are going to learn the basic principles of chess openings. There are 5 basic principles of chess openings. The first is we always acquire the center. These 4 squares d4, e4, d5 and e5 are known as the center of the chessboard. These outer squares are known as the extended center. Any piece on these center squares becomes more powerful. So we always try to acquire them with our pawns or our minor pieces in openings. I'll show you some moves by which we can do that. Pawn to e4. You see, by this move we acquire a center square and take the control of another one. We have acquired e4 and we have taken the control of d5, and we also have taken the control of the extended square f5. The second principle is knights before bishops. There are a lot of exceptions to this rule, but it is always preferable to move knights before bishops. The third rule is don't move your queen too early in the game. Guys, as you know, queen is the most powerful piece on the chessboard. If you move your queen too early in the game, it can be targeted by opponent's minor pieces. I'll show you an example of this game. Pawn to e4, black responds pawn to d5. Now let us suppose white moves queen to f3 and black responds knight to c6. Now white, let us suppose he moves his knight to c3. Now black can come forward with his knight to d4 and attack a queen. By this move he attacks a queen and we will have to move a queen. Knight also attacks our pawn on c2, so queen will have to defend it. There are two ways that can be done. Queen can either come to d1 or come to d3. So you see, as we moved our queen too early in the game, our opponent was able to target our queen and in the process was able to emerge with a better position. Now the fourth principle. We should always castle our king as quickly as possible. As you know, the safety of a king is most important in the chess game, and castling the king is the best way for its safety. Although there are some exceptions to it, but still we should castle our king as soon as possible. For those of you who don't know what castling is, I am going to tell you. Guys, you see, white can castle on both sides, either to the king side or to the queen side. I'll show you both of them. Firstly, the king side castling or the castle shot. You see, this is known as the castle shot. And now the castle long. So I'll just tell you the rules for the castling. The rules are, firstly, the king cannot castle when he is being checked. Second, the king or the rook with which he is castling shouldn't have been moved in the game previously. Third is that both the squares, you see, if the king is castling on the queen side, so the c1 and d1 squares shouldn't be targeted by any of the black pieces. Now the last concept. The last is one shouldn't move the same piece twice in the opening. As you know, in the opening, time is of utmost essence. If one takes too much time to develop a piece, his rest of the army will suffer. I'll show you an example of it. Let us suppose white moves knight to f3. Black responds with d5. Now white again moves his knight to d4. As you can see, black can develop a pawn with a tempo. So black moves pawn to e5. Now white is again forced to move his knight. Let us say he moves his knight back to f3. Now again black can move his pawn to e4, kicking the knight away. Guys, you see, white has moved the same knight 3 times, whereas black has moved 2 of his pawns. So he has developed more than white and has a better game than white. Let us say white again moves his knight to d4. Now black can again push a third pawn, kicking the white knight away. He moves pawn to c5. Guys, you see, white knight is being targeted all the way. White has a very bad game here. So these were the 5 basic principles of chess openings. I'll see you in our next videos where we will be discussing various openings. Don't forget to subscribe our channel. Thank you for watching.